Guys, this is the most important 6 months coming up in crypto. I know there are a lot of things going on. We'll address them. So just, you know, chill. Chill. I know, there's things going on, Trump and Elon, things like that. People are scared. They're thinking maybe this will affect crypto, but let's chill. Let's chill. But upcoming, this is the most important 6 months in crypto. And ZBEC did what? Now, this move I think is slept on a little bit, but this is putting them in line with regulation, with compliance, and just shows ZBEC or ZEBEC or ZBCN, let's say ZBCN, is more than just a meme. It's more than this fly by night crypto. This is compliance. This is regulation. This is everything we want, okay? Not financial advice. But as always, cue my guy Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Boom. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Blackrue Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe it was Blackrue Investing. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting, so we binge on our Blackrue Investing. Best believe it was Blackrue Investing. Dark horse in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that Blackrue Investing. Best believe it was Blackrue Investing.
What is up, Blackrue crew? Back in here on a Saturday. Let's get it. Let me go ahead and share the screen. Let me see who's in the chat here. Okay. There we go. What's up, A-Train? My guy. What's up, Benjamin? What's up, Giga Longbottom? Thank you for the super chat there. Big Bodo Gains. Thanks for the great content. What's up, E? Yeah, let's go ahead and present the screen here. So people are just tripping out with this whole Trump and Elon thing. So Elon made a post, right? He said, time to drop the really big bomb. We're just gonna go over this because we're gonna address this, right? Because people are really worried about this. So I really want to be, as much as I can, I want to address people's fears and like calm them down, right? Time to really drop the big bomb. At real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files, allegedly. Everything I say is alleged. I'm just reading Elon's tweet. Um, Time to drop the really big bomb. The real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. The real reason they have not been made public. Uh, have a nice day. So this is what Elon supposedly said, and yeah. So to me, this is not a big deal, and I'll tell you why. So if you guys aren't like privy, this information has been out here forever, 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 forever. There's pictures of Trump with Epstein, as I'm going to show you here. There's pictures of him with him there. There's pictures of him with at a party and all of this stuff. Like, we knew, like, before the whole thing about Donald Trump being, a R word, or you know what I'm saying? Um, Rappers used to talk about Trump all the time. He was like a Scarface, right? Everybody wanted to be Trump because he partied with all these women. He was rich and powerful and famous. Like, rappers used to mention him all the time in their raps. People don't remember this, but bro, there are tons of pictures with Trump and Epstein. We've known this for a long, long, long time. Okay, so I'm not gonna speculate that he's a person that did anything with, you know what I mean. Starts with rhymes with Edo. I'm not gonna say he's that, right? Because if any of you have ever been to a house party, right? There are a whole bunch of things that go on at a house party. It doesn't mean that you're gonna participate in everything of them, right? Doesn't mean that you're gonna do that. So let's say allegedly Trump was there at some island or whatever. doesn't mean that he participated in the Edo stuff. It doesn't, because Island's huge. There's a whole bunch of things going on as a party in different rooms and different places, in the basement, upstairs. Doesn't mean that he did any of that. But again, brings me back to this information has been out there for a long time. So meanwhile, water is wet. It's almost like that to me. Like, meanwhile, water's wet. Yes, he's been at tons of parties. You know, like I said, rappers used to rap about him and his escapades, and like, come on, we know this. Um, and to me, that's nothing that's going to affect cryptocurrency. It's just these two having their little feud, like, and with our news cycle, right? Things are like really, really important for like 1 to 2, 3 days, 2 weeks at most, and then we're on to the next thing. Especially in today's TikTok world. Like things are really, really important for a couple days, and then you come to somebody 2 weeks later, they're like, what? That's old. What old? That was 2 weeks ago. What are you talking about? But that's the type of world we live in today. So I'm not worried about this. If anyone's still worried about this, like, don't worry too much about it. Like, it's just like every time they say like, oh, Powell's gonna drop the rates, and Powell's gonna do this, Powell's gonna do that, and world moves on. It like the market might go down a little bit, might go up a little bit, but in general, it's whatever Bitcoin is doing is what the market's doing. So so it's not that big deal. It's just like that. Like, oh, here comes Powell. What is he gonna do with the rates again? that old song and dance, right? So I hope we thoroughly address that. If anyone else wants to talk about any of that, please just leave a comment in the chat, and we can talk about it. Yeah, it's just propaganda, 100%. So for me here, the thing that's most important is what's coming up with crypto. Okay. And to me, I really think this is the most important 6 months in crypto. And even though, like, I think this is kind of a slept on thing that happened, Circle, they just went public, and it's doing very, very well. Okay. A lot of things when they go public like this, they do well for the first couple of weeks, and then they, die off or whatever. You know what I mean? They pull back. But I think this is like huge news in that cryptocurrency is here to stay. We got that Genius Act coming out. Like, there's so many things as far as like now that Circle's public and things like that. And remember too, we got PayPal USD and all of this stuff. There are already stable coins that are kind of out there in public. When you think about PayPal being, a publicly traded company and them having their own stable coin, that's kind of already out there anyway. You know what I mean? So, but now we got a stable coin company, Circle, like the most regulated, most compliant as of now, right? Out there, and they're a huge partner with ZEBEC, ZBCN, okay? So this is huge for them, right? Regardless of whether if Ripple will buy them or if Coinbase will buy them, this is still really big for ZBCN, okay? So huge, 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 huge things for ZBCN, that one of their biggest partners went public, okay? So again, another thing that separates ZBCN from meme coin, from a scam, and all of this other stuff, they are partnered up with real things, real products, real things that are going to be responsible for moving money in our realm. Okay, so that was a big news here. also, what do we have coming up? We have the XRP ETF. And if we look here at this is being in crypto or being crypto, says XRP ETF approval odds reach 98% on Polymarket despite SEC delays. This is from June 4th, 2025, so not too long ago, like 3 days ago. And basically, there's a date coming up, a deadline. They have June 17th. So I'll read this here to you guys. In April, Be in Crypto reported that the SEC had delayed its decision on the Franklin Templeton. We know Franklin Templeton, they're big with Stellar, they're big with a whole bunch of stuff. They've been on mind maps that we've used. Spot XRP ETF application. The regulators set a review deadline for June 17th. And also here, let's I forgot to hit the format. I gotta hit you with the Decent Wallet commercial. Thank you guys so much for that. Somebody bought a Decent Wallet yesterday. Let's hit you with that before we go on here. Boom. Your crypto deserves the best protection. So why settle for less? Decent Crypto Wallet isn't just another wallet. It's safe, secure, easy to use, and supports your favorite cryptocurrencies all at the touch of a button. And now with my exclusive link, you'll save $30 on your new wallet. Better security, smarter investing, $30 in your pocket. Click on the link now and secure your better security today. So $30 off for one, $99 off for two. Decent Wallet. I'm really happy with mine. I have two. You can store your ZBCN there. You can store your XRP there. I'm really, really happy with that wallet. But let's go ahead and continue on here. So the regulators set a review deadline for June 17th. Furthermore, 21 shares XRP ETF application faced a similar delay in May. Okay. So they're basically, if you go further into the article, they're thinking, well, it'll probably be either in June, but at the latest October. Let me see where they said that. There we go. This indicates many experts still expect the products to launch in 2025, likely the final quarter, coinciding with the SEC's final decision deadline. Bloomberg ETF analyst James Seifert previously predicted that the final decision could come around October 18th. Maybe it comes around October 18th, but I think it's pretty likely, not financial advice, just my opinion, just my thoughts. It might come June 17th. And here's why. So the Fed Now implementation for FedWire for ISO 20022 is coming in July 14th. Okay. Now, unless they delay this, where it says here, the Federal Reserve Financial Services will announce its final go, no go decision for July 14th, no later than June 27th. So I'm pretty sure that they will want to get the XRP ETF done before FedWire goes live. Because if we know, like we know, ISO 20022 now means a lot of money is going to be running through ISO regulated cryptos, ISO compliant cryptos. The XRPs of the world, the HBARs of the world, the Stellars of the world, and that's going to be huge for their price. That's going to be very huge for their price. Not financial advice, just my thoughts. So maybe if they want to have the control, like I think they want to have the control in the ETFs on the stock market, they will launch June 17th so they can have these ETFs on the stock market and they can guzzle up some XRP, some XRP for the spot ETF before the Fedwire thing, before Fedwire happens. So this is my thoughts here, that they're going to have to do that before Fedwire hits, before ISO hits. That's going to have to happen first. Meanwhile, remember, ZBCN is sitting on Ripple news that they work with the XRP ledger. We learned that from the White Rock thing. Shout out to Blue Collar Crypto for that piece of information that he shared with me. So we already know they're sitting on Ripple news. So the moment Ripple probably announces big news, like they purchased Circle or their ETF is live, then maybe ZBCN comes out and says, hey guys, we work with the XRP ledger. Okay. And then all the XRP honks are probably going to come out then and say, oh, look at this. ZBCN works with XRP, blah, 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 blah. And we'll have some liftoff. Okay. So, yes, biggest 6 months in crypto coming up. And that's not even counting the 11/22 date where ISO 20022 goes live for all the realm, all the world. Okay. So that'll be happening in November. Okay. So on top of that, and I'll get to the ZBCN news here in the second part of the show. On top of that, there is an HBAR and Polkadot ETF that's coming soon. That got extended. So according to regulatory filings, this is from Yahoo Finance. According to regulatory filings posted on Thursday, the SEC postponed decisions on Grayscale's Polkadot Trust conversion and on Canary Capital's HBAR ETF until June 11th. Okay. So while Bitwise joint Bitcoin Ethereum ETF was extended to June 10th. So we got more money that are going to go into things like Polkadot, which people don't even talk about, HBAR, and another kind of a Bitcoin / Ethereum ETF, which I know there was some news that BlackRock sold some Bitcoin to put into the Ethereum ETF. It was a very small amount of Bitcoin. It was something like 1,250 or something like that. So it was, but the way it was announced was like BlackRock dumping Bitcoin. No, they sold like 1,250 of their Bitcoin to go into an Ethereum ETF. So it was a very small amount of their Bitcoin in order to get a little piece of Ethereum. Okay, so all right, so now we'll get into the ZEBEC news before we get into our question and answer part of the show. Okay, yeah, keep those comments coming. Yeah, this is live. And shout out to you, brother. I saw your comment. I have yet to respond to your comment, but I did see it. Bro's been following me for a while. He showed me one of my stock picks from 4 years ago. One of my stock things that I shared. It's a mineral company that is paying off right now. So that's how slow sometimes the stock market can move. Pick from 4 years ago, right? A mineral company, okay? But we'll get into that later if you guys want to get into that later. But yeah, I saw your comment, brother. That really meant a lot to me. Man. I just want to acknowledge that. So let's go ahead and get into the ZBCN part of the show. Okay. Now, they made a big move here. Well, some people might not think it's big, but I think it's big. They purchased this company called GateKnox. So this is GateKnox, where they say goodbye to outdated compliance. GateKnox is bringing AI-empowered KYC to Web3, fast, secure, and global. 22 or 22 2000 excuse me, woo, 220 plus jurisdictions, zk proof identity, blockchain integrated ID nodes. Okay, so revolutionize your onboarding with GateKnocks. And then we have here an article which says ZEBEC buys compliance firm GateKnocks ahead of MiCA FCA regulatory push. Shout out to this article. I know our guy, Blue Collar Crypto, a lot of the things that they're mentioning in this article, Blue Collar Crypto came out with like a couple days ago. So if you're not following Blue Collar Crypto, what are you doing out here? Let me go ahead and get his information up here. Of course, we know Jetpack JO as well. Definitely giving some of the best ZBCN information out there. If you're not following this guy, boy, what are you doing out here as well? And also, shout out to our guy, Blue Collar Crypto. Not following him. What are you doing out here as well? Like I said, he put out a lot of this information that the article is using before, 2 days before the article even came out. So definitely give him a holler out here. And of course, he's a member of the ZBCN network community that Ghost runs. Shout out to Ghost. Let me see if I can see him in here. Cute dog there. Really cute dog. Look at that. Let's get Ghost up here. So if you guys are looking for a ZBCN community to join, this is one you can join on the Twitter or X. We have our own ZBCN community that's a part of the Patreon. We have a huge Telegram. Shout out to E. He's our moderator in the Telegram. It's now a Patreon only privilege. So, if you want the Patreon, you can go ahead and grab the Patreon. And if you see here, let me bring myself back up over here, over to my right here. We have BTCC trading, where we're doing perpetual futures trading. We have 8 videos so far where we're doing futures trading. It's a good way to make a use of a very small amount of money. So definitely go over there for futures trading. If you fund your account, you get free USDT. Okay, so shout out to that. So now let's go back here to our article that we were looking at. Here. So ZBCN or ZEBEC buys the compliance firm GateKnocks ahead of MiCA FCA regulatory push. ZEBEC's move reflects a shift towards embedding compliance at a protocol level with firms facing more stringent regulatory requirements. Okay, so they're gonna emphasize MiCA, but I'm going to emphasize something else coming up here too as well. So financial infrastructure company ZEBEC Network has acquired GateKnocks, a compliance and identity platform, to bring core regulatory infrastructure in-house and expand its more tightly regulated markets. Okay, now for me, and I've been on this kick now for like a year, maybe 2 now. Payment and the money infrastructure is where it is for me. Like all the technology as far as AI and things like that are going to be used within this, but the people that controlling the money and where the money is going is more important to me than aerospace, is more important to me than just an AI company. It's the infrastructure of money. That's what's important for me as an investor. Make the choice for yourself. What's important for you as an investor. But for me, I want to be a part of the companies like the XRPs, the Stellars, the Strongholds, the ZBCNs that are going to control payroll, remittance, CBDCs, identity, custody, settlement. I want to be a part of the whole money supply chain. That's more important than any ancillary investing thing. It's more important than aerospace, is more important than AI, is more important than electric vehicles. It's more important than anything for me personally as an investor. So that's like A1 on my list, and everything else comes after that. The announcement with Cointelegraph, the company said that the deal brings native know your customer, know your business, and anti-money laundering tools directly into its Web3 payment stack. Neil, let's say Padhai, the head of mergers and acquisitions with ZEBEC, said that the regulation is no longer optional and is now infrastructure. Okay, with GateKnox, we're embedding compliance into the foundation of programmable finance, making ZEBEC faster, safer, and ready for institutional scale. Gotta love that. Okay, so ZEBEC plans to leverage GateKnox's technology to pursue regulatory registration under the European Union's MiCA Act. Okay, we've told you about MiCA forever on this show because we cover LCX, and if you're not into the LCX exchange, you should look at it. You should look at my past videos on the LCX exchange. They're kind of the leaders of MiCA regulation. So definitely take a look at them. So this all kind of dovetails into the research that we've been doing with LCX and things like that. So if you want to be compliant for Europe, which we know Simon, the COO, lives in Europe, and we know that ZBCN wants to be a global company, handle payroll and all different things. And we know they just made that purchase of the science company over in the UK. So they definitely want to be compliant with MiCA regulations, right? So if they're going to be doing things over there with schools, and they're going to be doing things over there with students, they're going to need to be MiCA compliant. So this is a really big move. Instead of having some third party doing this, they're doing it actually in-house now. And with the United Kingdom's Financial Conduct Authority, FCA, later in 2025. Spokesperson told Cointelegraph that GateKnox is not registered with any financial authorities currently. Let's see here. Boom. And here it is with the Science Card. GateKnox deal follows ZEBEC's earlier acquisition of Science Card, a platform empowering students and researchers with financial tools. The company streamlines campus spending, research grants, and budgeting. So it's going to be very important if they're going to be doing stuff with these different schools over in England. They're going to need to be MiCA compliant. So just all part of the plan. All a part of the plan there. So, of course, this is good too. Okay, this as well too. ZEBEC added that the move allows them to phase out reliance on third-party compliance providers and replacing them with GateKnox's proprietary technology. GateKnox product offering is a direct competitor to SumSub, and ZEBEC will be migrating away from SumSub after this acquisition, the spokesperson said. ZEBEC network has attracted significant investment since its inception in 2021. The company said it has secured $35 million from investors like Circle, Coinbase, Solana Ventures, Brayer Capital, Republic, and Lightspeed Venture Partners, who's also invested in XRP. Its native token is also actively traded on exchanges. Okay, now this article focused on the big how this is big for MiCA, and that's really great, especially when you put that together with Science Card stuff. Now I'm going to focus on also how this is really, really big for the Genius Act, okay? The American stablecoin thing that they're focusing on to get stablecoins kind of regulated here in America. Okay, so I asked Gronk a couple questions here. I basically asked Gronk, what did I say? Was ZEBEC recently acquiring GateKnox? Does this make its KYC now able to work for USDY and the Genius Act that America plans to pass for stablecoins? And they say, it seems likely that ZEBEC's acquisition of GateKnox enhances its KYC abilities for USDY, because remember they're partnered with people that do USDY. They're a big part of USDY, ZBCN is. Go over past shows if you want to hear more about how they're connected to USDY. And the Genius Act, given recent integrations and regulatory focus. Research suggests ZEBEC's compliance tools align with stablecoin regulations, but the Genius Act's final impact is still pending. The evidence leans towards ZEBEC having better position for regulated markets through specifics for USDY under the Act remain a little bit unclear, okay? But as you go here, they have a nice little like matrix for us here. Aspect, KYC, KYB, AML capabilities relying on third-party providers, limited scale, native integration on GateKnox, enhanced scale. Regulatory readiness, moderate, focused on Web3 markets, high, prepared for regulated markets, MiCA, FCA, potential Genius Act. Okay. Stablecoin integration supported USDY, but compliance gaps possible. Supports USDY with robust compliance and aligning with Genius Act requirements. Okay. So this puts it in line with American regulations as well. I even asked, because we know that with the Genius Act, the Genius Act kind of says that, okay, yield-bearing stablecoins are not permitted. And I was like, okay, well, does that, because USDY is a yield-bearing stablecoin. And it says, research suggests that Genius Act bans yield on payment stablecoins likely affecting USDY. It seems likely yield-bearing stablecoins like USDY cannot be payment stablecoins under the Act. So it seems like they're not going to be banned. They're actually going to be reclassified. The evidence leans towards them being reclassified, possibly as securities rather than outright banned. And this is only in the instance of yield-bearing stablecoins like USDY. So there may be a reclassification there, but not a ban. While the Act does not outright ban yield-bearing stablecoins, it excludes them from payment stablecoin category. So they're not if USDY is not categorized as a payment stablecoin, then it's fine. They may be reclassified potentially as securities requiring different regulations, but this would need separate legislation. So in case anybody was worried about that like I was. So this is a big move, not only for MiCA, it's a big move for the Genius Act as well. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Now we get to the part of the show where we answer questions. We got 322, 161 on both sides. On the YouTube, 161 on the X. So let's get into these comments here. It's odd that few started right as the U.S. bought back $10 billion in debt. Distraction. Yeah, maybe it is a distraction that way. Maybe that's a good point there. That's a really good point there. Let me go ahead, put something nice on the screen while we're talking. Let me kill this or stop screen. Present, share. And let's put ZBEC up here. Or I'm sorry, let's put ZBCN up here. I gotta be careful which words I use now, since there are certain things out there that want to use the name of that. Okay. What's up, Benjamin Awakened? What's up, A Train? What's up? Let's pump this ZBC into $1, 100%. What's up, Jesse and James? F is that TCG? Yep, TCG. Dig along bottom. And again, thank you so much for the super chat. Big Bodo Gains. What's up, real ZBCN fam? We here. We early, and all we have to do is hold and let BTC do the work 100%. What's up, Jago Gaming? Big Roo, what it do? What up, Dot Biz? Salute. What's up, Prospector? Good morning. What's up, Pharmacopoeia? What's up, Rue? That intro goes hard. Yeah, shout out to Indigo Saint. What's up, Bobby T? Young Eldor. XPR still going to do well? Yeah, we got an XPR show coming up tomorrow. Okay, so be on the lookout tomorrow. We will be doing an XPR show. Everything I see from XPR, I'm liking it out here, bro. I really like it. So, yeah, that show's coming tomorrow. It's a setup to get the the libtards to call for the release of the files. You know, and we try to not make this show too political, right? But for me, I think, hey, crypto is still gonna move, man. It's still gonna move. We'll see how it goes, man. I don't know. We'll see what's up. To me, my thought is though, Epstein, everybody was hanging with Epstein. Like, are they really going to release anything? I don't know. I doubt it. Everybody was hanging with Epstein, just like everybody was going to Diddy parties. Like, I don't know. Like, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Uh, Thanks for covering this topic. And this is allegedly for me saying that. When I say everybody was hanging with, I'm saying allegedly. Just because everybody was hanging at the party again. Just because everybody was hanging at the party, that doesn't necessarily make them Edos. You know what I mean? Edos. I'm trying to use coded language here. Just because they were there doesn't mean that they did Edo stuff. Okay? Again. Thanks for covering this topic 100%. Leo O'Connor, let's get it. Yeah. So did Trump go to the island? I don't know if he went to the island, but he's definitely seen with Epstein in pictures multiple times. So, but does that mean that even if he went to the island, let's say there was proof he went to the island allegedly, does that mean that he did Edo stuff? No. I mean, there's a whole bunch of proof of people going to the Playboy Mansion, right? But does that mean that they're Edos? No, it doesn't mean that at all. And believe me, they've like with different stories, like allegedly there might have been underage people at the Playboy Mansion, for all we know, right? God rest Hugh Hefner, but I mean, like there are all types of different parties that go on out here, and a lot of different rich and famous people go to them. I don't think that makes a person an Edo or not, right? Trump banned him from Mar-a-Lago. 100%. He for sure participated, but again, guys, like anybody can go to a party. Like anybody can go to, I'm sure a lot of people went to the Playboy Mansion, but that doesn't mean that they were doing stuff with Edos, that they were doing Edo stuff. It does not mean that at all. Um, Getting Trump help get Epstein arrested. That part I'm not sure about. He be coordinating that stuff back in the day. But see, everybody has these parties, guys. Like everybody, like Hugh Hefner, Michael, what's his name, Ruben with the white parties, and you got the Diddy parties again, Playboy Mansion parties, and frat parties, sorority parties. There's all types of parties out here, man. That doesn't mean that there's like Edo stuff going on, you know? Trump smashed. Who cares? We crypto bros. We ain't got no time for this. I feel you. I feel you. Don, Trump is no Edo. Uh, would you have? Oh man. Oh man. That's some stuff. That's some stuff, Crypto Clay. That's some stuff. Yeah, man. I don't think he's a Neto. I don't think that. I really don't think that. But who knows? I can't say one way or the other. But I'm just saying that like if he went to the party, it doesn't mean that he did Edo stuff. Because there's a whole bunch of stuff that happens at a party. We know this. Charlie J, let's freaking go. They had normal parties on the island. Some people come away saying, nah, nothing helped. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, there could be stuff that happens in the party. You had no idea. You were in some completely, totally different area, right? Um, I mean, that's just how it goes. And then, who knows? Maybe something, you walk into an area like, oh, I don't want any part of that. Just close that door. I mean, there's that too. Because like, what are you gonna do if people are doing like, what are you to do about it? Yeah, 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 yeah. This seems to be a big thing. Maybe I need to do like a side crypto or like a side news channel or something like that. But I just want to say that I don't think that this is going to affect crypto that much. You know what I mean? I don't think this is going to have any effect on that. You see that's true too, Crypto Clay. That's what I'm saying. Like this has been out for so long. Like it's like it's like Elon saying, "Oh, and guess what? He was at a Diddy party." Like I don't know. It's just to me, it's like okay, water's wet. Water's wet. Like yeah, just propaganda. Trump and Elon both part of ooh yeah. The theater. What if the two T's are trying to affect our tourist field? Oh, see, you get into some deep stuff right there, Pharmacopoeia. You know I'm all about it, but we gotta do crypto stuff, right? Uh, Ooh, yeah, and see, and this is the hard part because when you get into subjects like that, it's like, did Trump do any of that? And I don't know that we can say that he did because he was at the party. You know what I mean? Or allegedly, if he was at the party. Okay, yeah, the TT Trump and Tesla, but now all of a sudden people are buying Teslas again, right? All of a sudden people were hating Elon for getting rid of their jobs, and now all of a sudden they're buying Teslas again, right? Um, Bullish choices, yo, yo, yo. William Koff, what's up? Um, Blick and ZBCN, very interesting partnership. Let's dig it in, gents. Yeah, 100%. Now, in the article they have here, they were saying that, well, they used to own Blick. Like, that's the only difference they had from what. Here, let me see if I can find it. This is the only difference that they had from what Blue Collar Crypto told us. Let me see if I can find that article here. Okay, they were saying that. Let me pull it up here. They were saying that they used to own it or they sold it or something. Okay, there we go. Two founders of Gatenax previously founded Blick, the largest mobile payment platform in Eastern Europe, and Coin Firm. Spokesperson told Telegraph, adding that these founders will join ZEBEC and advise on its compliance program. So they're saying that they previously founded it, that Blick might not necessarily be something that ZEBEC or ZBCN has now that they bought them. So just an FYI there on that one. That just to keep that in mind. Relax and meditate. Okay, yep, we got into the ZBCN news. Did anyone check out Space and Time coin? Nope. Oh, Pharmacopoeia. Yes, I own Space and Time. Hoping moons. Fam, don't forget to hit the likes. Definitely hit the likes and subscribe if you haven't already. Nice, let's go. Treasury and the World Liberty Financial, USD1. Circle has USDC. Tether and the Federal Reserve Corporation. Wow, yep. So yeah, there's so many stable coins that are already out there. To me, and shout out to you, Gerald Draper, for that. This is like a formality, like this stablecoin regulation. Like I know they keep making it like, oh, will it pass? Will it pass? Man, you got publicly traded companies that'll got stable coins now, so it's gonna pass. Paulie D's, are they still doing the ISO 20022 mandate? Yes, and that'll be and are they, I think you're saying ZBCN, they said they would do that and they will be ready by the end of the year, which makes sense. If they're big partners with Circle, then I'm sure Circle has a lot of personal gain to have them compliant with ISO 20022. I love me some ZBCN. Oh yeah. And XPay is coming. Yeah, I think I did. Did we do a video on that? On XPay and how I think me and Max did, on how it's coming to possibly to ZBCN. Face facts is 100K ZBCN enough. Who can say what enough is to you? I did a show on my Patreon on how I determine enough for me. So shout out to the Patreon if you're interested in that. Links are in the description. Grab 100K more if you can afford it before it explodes. I've been buying the whole way down, guys. I have a ton of ZBCN. I'm still buying. I'm still buying. I got a ton of ZBCN. A ton. So I'm still buying. Yeah. The more and more I see, they keep feeding us and hitting us with news. So yeah. I think ascent is imminent. Like it's going to happen very, very soon. Again, they're sitting on that Ripple news. Soon as something happens with Ripple, I think we see the push up to ascent. And then people are still talking about it. Shout out to Jetpack. He was saying that Crypto Hawk is talking about it now. So saw some guy, Martin Lucas, investor in England, UK guy. He's talking about it now. There's so many people out here talking about it, and there's still good people on TikTok talking about it. We thought there was yeah, so people are still talking about it on TikTok and stuff like that. So yeah, we haven't lost the community just because there's some bad apples in the community, right? ZBCN is still there, and again, like I said on the space, I think I was with A Train, right? institutional money is going to be what really pushes this even more forward. Like the community is great, and the community is continuing to grow, but I think that institutional money is going to make this go even like higher than we can even think about. And remember, those that's another thing I wanted to include. The zero capital gains tax on American cryptos. That is also coming within the next 6 months. Like, let me see here. How many? Let me. How many days are we into Trump's presidency? Okay, so we're like, okay, let's share this tab instead. So April 30th was the first 100 days. So he promised the tax cuts and different things on crypto, and they've been happening slowly, right? Like laws have been broken down for DeFi, Circle has went public. There's a lot of stuff still happening for crypto, moving things forward, more ETFs, everything. So he still is fulfilling on his promise, but as far as like the zero capital gains tax for American cryptos, perhaps you see that pretty soon because April 30th, where are we right now? We're in June 7th. So May. So right now we're probably somewhere within like the first 137 days or something like that, give or take 140 days. So he has 40 or odd more days to give us the zero capital gains tax, which again kind of puts us right in line here for this XRP ETF, okay, on June 17th. So puts us in line for that. Also puts us in line for the ISO stuff on July 14th, okay? So again, that's why I say I really think I said 6 months because I wanted to include the date of the ISO fully ISO compliant for ISO 2022 on 11/22. But really, this next 3 months is going to be very, very fire. Okay, the next 3 months is going to be very, very fire. In fact, we rich yet. ZBCN future ETF and IPO coming. Get a million from Tony S. What's up? My millions of SHX is Reckless Ching. Yep, SHX, another one. We'll probably have to do a show on them coming up too lately. Soon. Peace, family. What's up, Kid Grabo? Yo, Big Roo. Love. Yeah, man. I saw that. I saw your comment, bro. I really appreciate it. SXT, space and time. Okay, gotcha. What's up, BLDR Bob? How you doing, Builder Bob? I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you as well. What's up, Brock Trip? Do you think XEN will run before ZBEC? Thinking about swapping backs just so I can swap back again. I know somebody put out a video about that, about XEN running before ZBCN. I don't necessarily agree with that, but you know what I mean. Like, I own them both. I really don't. I really don't know to play the game like that. It's up to you, bro. But I honestly think that ZBCN will move before XCN. But again, I think they're all connected. Let me go here and stop the screen. Send the screen. Definitely subscribe to my X account if you haven't already, where I have custom mind maps. Oh, I gotta love this. Triple eights and then 2888. So gotta love that. But again, y'all can go ahead and wreck that and subscribe, right? As well as to the channel, because I see returning people on the channel is well over 11K. So half of you are not subscribed to the channel. Definitely subscribe to the channel, because YouTube pays us in like Uncrustables and like YouTube is paying us in Uncrustables and Capri Suns, bro, for right now. So I'm trying to get to the level where my Uncrustables and Capri Suns turn into enough that we can actually get a studio and start doing this thing full time. You know what I'm saying? So until then, definitely like and subscribe both to the YouTube and to the X. Um, um, sorry guys. Oh man, it is pretty much like Uncrustables and Capri Suns at this point. But yeah, definitely subscribe to the X where you get custom mind maps like this. We made some links here as far as ZBCN and scale goes and its investors. But I also made one that people don't pay too much attention to. I made one about XCN's investors. Okay. So, but there's crossover, right? So we got DCG. We know they're invested in XRP. Ondo, which we know is invested in ZBCN, and HBAR, and World Liberty Financial. We got this SV Angel. They got Coinbase, which we know is invested in ZBCN. So there's a lot of like crossover. Visa and 500, which we know are both invested in ZBCN. Who else? Through City Ventures, indirectly IBM. We know IBM is on Stronghold and things like that, but we know JP Morgan is definitely invested with ZBCN. So there's a lot of crossover with these companies, and I really truly think on Base on the Base network, which Coinbase has, I think all of these cryptos are kind of going to use Base as its base layer. Okay, so through Nautilus chain, I think coins like XCN, I think coins like XPR, and coins like XRP are all going to kind of link up on that base layer. Okay. I'm doing double duty today, Ruel. Listening to you and watching wrestling. gotta gotta get that wrestling in, huh? Skills to the max. This will be one of the best investments of our lives. ZBCN is bigger than a lot of people know. It is, and to me, that's why I think this FUD campaign is so big. That like it's just think about the coins that have been flooded like this, right? The Bitcoin, XRP. People flooded XRP forever and a day. All right. That's why I think that's why I think it that's why I think there's so much flood campaign going on, right? To kind of slow us down. But it's not. It's not gonna slow us down. We're just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep spreading the word, and we're gonna keep getting the community out there. If anything, we'll force their hand. We'll force their hand because we're gonna be doing so much buying. They're gonna be like, okay, well, we gotta just let it go. Panther Beat WWE still comes on Saturday mornings. WWE is doing a live Mexican wrestling on YouTube. WWE is on Monday, Friday nights. Okay, okay. Wondering if they let's see, time to get paid, blow up like the world trade. Yeah, the biggie up in here. Time to get paid, blow up like the world trade. Yeah. Classic, bro. Let's see. Repeat after me. ZEBEC is ZBCN is a blue chip just in its infancy, stressing its wings. 100% Joe Draper. Basel 3, Mika, ISO already. Closer to July, we get stuff should rev up. I agree with that, Phantom Beat. That's what I'm saying. These 3 months, man, when July hits, bro. Oh man. That's what it's looking like on the chart too. If we go look at the ZBCN chart, like on the day chart, it's definitely oversold. We should have some pop up soon, but on the 2-day and the 3-day, we can see it's pulling down a little bit. But even in the pulling down, it's still hanging into this 4.8 area, right? Could it pull down a little bit more on the week and the 3-day? Maybe, but you can already see on the 2-day it's already happening, right? And trying to turn around. So I don't think it's too much longer now. And again, if we get that XRP ETF in the 10 days, right? June 17th. I think that's it. It's turning around. But hey, if we have to wait till July, we gotta wait till July. If it goes down a little bit lower, I'm gonna buy some more. Like, so either way, to me, it's like I'm thinking of this. I know we're getting to that 5 to 10 cent range that I set up here. I know we're getting there. So for me, it's just like, okay, I'm just gonna buy more if it's lower. That's just my tack, not financial advice. That's just where I'm at with it. We've already seen things like that happen with things like XCN, right? Where it teased us and then it teased us for a long time. So from April, so basically from the end of March all the way to November, December, January, till it came back. I don't think that's gonna happen here with ZBCN because XCN was always quiet. You know what I mean? So here with ZBCN, I don't think we're gonna have to worry that much. It's just gonna be, boom time. So, oh, and also the new moon is coming, or full moon. The full moon is coming up on the 8th or 11th, excuse me. So that's another thing that I'm looking for. If we put the moon phases on the chart, and I told you guys, right? You could check some of my past videos here. I said the only time that I might be a little bit worried about is the new moon and the waning moon. And what happened? Exactly that way. Exactly that way. And see, that's what I'm saying. If you get into the futures trading, the perpetual futures, you could take advantage of little moves like this. But that's only for perpetual futures, things like that. So again, check out the BTCC link. You could take advantage of little things like that, knowing these chart secrets, right? But where was I? Yeah, so the full moon, which we see, boom, boom, boom. So full moon, I think, is coming up here on the 11th. Let me go get our moon phases out. So here we are at 11th. Sometimes the effect from the full moon will come in like a couple days before it. So It's saying that the full moon is hitting on the 11th, but it might come in a couple days before. Okay, so let's continue. You know they want to be compliant with the cube Mecca. Yeah, yeah, buddy. There's some levels to what you just said there. Delta Ghost 0, Stellar ZBEC, check. $. Crypto Crossroads Show. What's up, bro? Yeah, I gotta give you a ring on the Telegram, bro. We gotta set up something for next week. So yeah, give me a ring so we can set up something for next week, bro. Shout out to the Crypto Crossroads Show. Let me share his channel here right quick. Whoa. That's something different there. Hopefully, no, you didn't hear any sound from that. So definitely check out bro's channel. Ooh, he has a juicy one here. I might have to check this. I definitely gotta check this one out. H bar and IXS. Okay, I gotta check that one out for sure. I love these thumbnails too, by the way. 263 subscribers. If you guys are looking at that and you're like, oh, just that many, well, he just started his channel 2 months ago, and this is a guy, he's given me information in the past, and it's been on point, all of it. Not like all of it, not one piece of information has not, all of the information that he's given me 100% has been on point. So definitely check out the Crypto Crossroads Show if you haven't already. Okay. ZBCN is a blue chip in its infancy. Everybody hit the like and subscribe 100%. White Rock, let's go. Let's not forget the Genius Act has some challenges due to Trump. Congress wanted laws to either stop Trump or prevent another government-elect repeating how Trump and his associates are benefiting. I see what you're saying there, E. But to me, again, that seems like, with the Trump meme coins and all of that, that's like, that's just another kind of proof to me that crypto's here to stay. Real, you been hearing about geothermal companies? Ever buy some shares in geothermal renewable NRG? I have not, but I'll definitely take a look at it. Let me write it down. I think there's a crypto called NRG too. Best wishes to you and the family. Appreciate it, chronic pain, excuse me. ZBEC, what did it do? You gotta go back. They just bought a company called Gatenox, and why that's important, you'll have to go back for that. Chiefs World, what's up? Big question. If billing companies use ZBCN, does that mean we pay our bills every day? No, I think it's just for payment. Because if you get paid every day, now you can consume every day. That's the thought to me. Like, if I know that I'm getting paid by the second, every day is a consumption I can do now. Like, think about that. Think about, especially, no disrespect women, but think about the women. Like, okay, I want my nails done. I want to do, facial. I want a spa treatment. Like, them getting paid every day, they're going to consume every day. They just are. Not every woman, of course, right? But a lot of them are going to consume every day. If they get paid every day, they're going to spend every day. So, that's why if they could get this perfected in the university, oh man, like with the science card, oh man. Other than women, college students, people want to go drinking every day. People want to go partying every weekend. Like, oh man, if they can get this ready for the college students, man, just forget about it. Will that buyback where you use the ZBAC card and it contributes to the buyback? If they get this ready for nurses and like college students, bro, they're gonna buy back all the coins in one 1 month. All the coins are gonna be bought back. A little kid, a little joke there. Builder Bob, thank you, Rue. Love your content, appreciate it. Thank you so much for the super chat. All praises to the Most High. Let's go. Exactly. I want to go to a Diddy party in the early 2000s. You know what? I can't hate on that. Doesn't mean that you have to participate in everything that's going on at the party, but I'm sure there's some things that are going on that you might want to participate at the party. 100%. T. Riley, $5 super chat. Appreciate it. Keep the ZBCN news coming. Love it. What's up, Shawnee Sean? 0006. World Assets, Zelle, and Cash App have been doing it well for years. We're in the game with Q&T, ZEBEC, and XRP. Thank you, Rue, for your crypto common sense. 100%. No problem, brother. Distractions. Yep. 100% Jericho. Draper. What's up, Joey? Black Prince of Crypto would never go to these parties all day. You know what? I would never participate in any Edo stuff, but some maybe. I know Edo stuff. None of that. I would never do any of that. But man, let's see here. They were all at the party worshiping Christ, which Christ was anointing. The pharmacopoeia with the baby oil Diddy reference out here. Yeah, there it is. Meg Algorand, great again. What's up? No art. Maybe it's the after parties after the real party. Well, yeah, maybe it is, bro. I'm not going to those. Now that not going to that. Not going to that. Need to break this 0.005 to 0.005 area. Yep. It's all about evidence, not guilty by association. 100%. I hope. Whoa. I don't think Coin will go that low again. We live. I'm kind of there with you. Like nice ISO logo too. Issa. It's my son's name, Issa. We spell it a little different though. Shout out to my son. We just want ZBC in the pump. 100%. Yeah, it already pumped, bro. We're up. Hello, everyone. What's up? Joshua Joseph. Dumborari. Kasaba. I hope I said that right. ZBCN. What's up, brother? Nice to have you here. Joshua Joseph. What's up, Issa? Joshua Joseph. Let's see. Glad to see you follow Ruel as well. Nice, guys. Oh, you guys found the channel from Maximus. That's cool, man. That's really cool. Dexter Allen, what's your thoughts on BSL, Bank Social? It's cool, man. I'm just kind of waiting to see how it goes. Like some people give me some great information on Bank Social, but I really want to see how it goes there. I have a little bit, and I'm slowly building a little bit of a bag with that. But again, like that's kind of right up my wheelhouse, right? As far as things that are a part of the banking supply chain, if you will. Excuse me. So, but I got to dig more into Bank Social before I can really commit to saying, okay, Let me put a lot more money into this, but I do have a very, very small amount over there. What's up, Larissa Nicole on purpose? It might not mean that they're Edos, but if they knew and didn't say anything, that makes them complicit, and that's the hard gray area, Larissa Nicole, because that's the hard gray area, because it's like, how many things do people know about and they can't do anything about, right? That's the hard gray area. Like 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 you can know something and still not be able to do anything about it. That's the really hard gray area. And I'm not saying that that's a good thing or anything like that, or it's just like, if you do know, can you even do anything about it? That's really hard. That's really hard. And me as a moral person, that really racks my brain, because like, if I know something, I say something, right? Like, in a lot of ways, like, my channel could be bigger, right? If I was just like, meme coin, meme coin. Oh, meme coins, they're the best thing since sliced bread and all of this stuff. But no, like, I could picture my folks, like, if it was my sister or my mother investing their hard-earned money in meme coins and losing it, right? Not to say that all meme coins are built the same, right? Like, of course, Dogecoin has gone beyond being a meme. Shiba Inu has gone beyond being a meme. Even though people still call them that, they're gone beyond that, right? But that's the hard part, right? Because there's been instances, right, where people have robbed banks, but like, they didn't know a bank robbery was going to happen. But they were in the car. But since they were in the car, they get in trouble too, right? Is that because you're technically an accomplice, right? Is that right and fair? Like, I don't know. Like, that's way above my pay grade to answer that question, right? Um, yeah, that's tough. I tried to get a million when it was 0.0009, 0.03 cents in 2025. Yeah. I think 5 cents, at the very least 5 cents in 2025. Issa Jake Gale, think bigger. Um, Took profit on ZBCN at 0.007 and put it into quant. Now I'm wanting to get more ZBCN again. And Jake says he's realistic with that. Real, we getting MiCA compliance for ZBCN? Yeah, I think we're getting it. I think we're getting it. And that's what they're saying with this article, is that we're going to get the MiCA compliance. What's up, Maya Lali? Maya Lali 1? Joshua Joseph, I made some. Nice, Maya. Oh, let's go. What'd you make, Maya? Let's see here. I need to work on my SHX bag, stronghold bag. Thank you for the super chat, Pharmacopoeia, $6. Demons be channeling you. Know what you own. Yep, 100%. Thank you for the $6 super chat. With the 6, I see you. See you with the 6 number. There we go. 499. What's up, D'Angelo Gideon? I have a million ZEBEC and genuinely believe we can hit double digits in the future. Keep it up for the good work, brother. 100%. Thank you, brother. Really appreciate it. Wait, what? Yeah, Pharmacopoeia. LOL. Buy and hold. Anything else is bad math. Shawnee Sean 0006. Pith Crew is laughing there. The hungry ghosts inhabited and the hungry ghosts and uninhabited, unsaved individuals will get desperate. Make sure you got enough lead along with your gold. There you go. Hitter all day. What's up? For those who have under a million ZEBEC or none at all, should work towards obtaining at least a million long term. Imagine XRP in the days of the price of who sold back then. See, that's where I'm at with the hitter all day. because I got some XRP, right? I got a good amount, right? So if you got 20K XRP, 30K XRP right now, you're sitting on 40K, 60K of money. Think of it that way. Think of it that way, right? When you think about it like that, it's like that's why I'm buying the whole way. I'm buying the whole way because imagine ZBCN with an XRP evaluation and it's worth $2. It's worth $3. Then 40K 40K ZBCN at $2, you now got 80K. 50K ZBCN at $2, you now got 100K. You got 6 figures. So that's exactly how I'm thinking about it in my mind as well. Here all day, and shout out to Deer Hunter for that, because he was like, if we know that ZBCN is connected with Ripple, and we do know that we know it through investors, we know it through the partnership with Uphold, and we know Uphold is really like the XRP exchange. Then maybe when we see XRP at $10 or XRP at $20, that means ZBCN is going to be somewhat the same. Okay. Could be the same thing for Stronghold too. So don't sleep on Stronghold out here. Ocean View, what up? Yeah, what's up, Ocean View? Block trip, I wouldn't do that. I trust Ruin Fam. That's it. Appreciate it, brother. Fuckers. ZBCN should be ADP payroll. That's what SHX is to ACH payments. I love it. I love it. Star that comment. That's exactly right. That's what I feel right. Like it is, right? ZBCN, you hit us with the SAT answer there, Joshua Joseph. ZBCN should be to ADP what Stronghold will be to SCH payments. With the 100% SAT question there, or answer. Issa, have we heard all the market salutes? Oh yeah, the Martin Lucas song on ZBCN. Oh man, don't laugh at the brother. Don't laugh at the brother, Issa. No, it's a good song. It's you know what I mean. Like, I appreciate him using his talent to spread ZBCN out there, man. So that's really admirable, and we'll see, because after the last person that came into the community and kind of messed around, I really hope that Martin is genuine to the community, and I'll kind of leave it at that. As far as it seems right now, he seems like he's really about spreading ZBCN, but we'll see if that works. We'll see if it stays that way. So, shout out to him and making songs about ZEBEC and continuing to spread the word. British guy, it's going to take everybody in every little area to spread the word, right? People on TikTok are going to have their TikTok community. I'm going to have my community. Martin's going to have his community. Like it's going to take everybody to be a part of spreading the word on this. And, that's admirable. That's really admirable. Can you talk about SHX tokenomics? Only 5 billion out of the 100 billion release. That's a good point there, Larissa. And the point to me there too is, like, if they wanted to dump on this, they could have already done so. So to me, I'm thinking that, like, maybe a lot of that might be private. That's my thought on it. I haven't seen anybody, like, I don't cover Stronghold regularly like that. So I would like to see what, like, Stronghold dedicated people think about that. But let me bring it up right quick here. Somebody that knows Stronghold through and through, I would be curious to see what they think about that. But I think I have seen in other places that a lot of people have said up to 60 billion of this is actually private. So that's why we only 5 billion of it is out right now. That 60 billion is actually just tucked away and for private stuff. So I don't know how true that is. I had to do my own research into it, but I do think this is also a sleeping giant. So this is speaking to what Larissa is saying right here. Circulating supply is 5.37 billion, whereas it's 100 billion supply, like ZEBEC, like XRP. So definitely something to pay attention to. But you can see here it is doing a stair step thing, and it's very juicy right here. Like Stronghold, I can see Strongholds probably reaching 33 cents. That would be my guess. Um, and a lot of people are saying Stronghold is kind of lining up to where XRP was in 2017. And if we go look at XRP's chart in 2017, could it be something like that? Could it pop up once we see what happens here with once ISO goes live? I definitely could see something like that. Once ISO goes live, maybe Strongholds really just takes off out here. So that's another sleeper to look at. So back in 2017, XRP was, wow, we gotta really mess with the chart to see this. Okay, 20. So I think they mean like, yeah, 2017. They're right. So 2017, XRP was down here. Almost kind of, really close to what Stronghold is right now. Only to go bananas. Go all the way up to 7 cents and about, what is this? Jeez. Not too many days. So about 14 days, went to 7 cents. Kind of pulled back down to 3, flagged, and then just shot all types of up. 22 cents all the way to 40 cents by May. So that's like what? March, April, May. So 2 months. Yeah, it's crazy. All these different channels are now jumping out of woodwork saying they've been here since day one. Yeah. That's the thing that gets a little bit like crazy. They don't acknowledge anyone else, and they just come out and they're like, okay, oh well, yeah, ZBCN, we've been here since day one. That's kind of crazy. Yeah. I know what you mean about that. Yeah, I know what you mean about that. But as long as they don't, to me, as long as they are not like polluting the community and saying they've been first, at least with the Martin Lucas guy, he hasn't said, I'm the first person to bring ZBC into you, like which some people do. So he didn't do that. Damn, so much to buy, need more gold, 100%. So, at least with him, he didn't say that. So shout out to him for that. Family only got 3 more months. That's what I'm saying too. I really only think we got 3 more months. King Pound 1. What's your thoughts on Sora? Sora, again, I think it's like a lotto ticket. It's like really like a lotto ticket. There's some pieces there in which they got a card They did some work with some CBDC bank in Solomon Islands. There's a lot to like about Sora, but seriously, it's down 99%. Like literally 99%. It's like almost like Terra Luna type down, right? So if you just got some money where you could say, okay, I don't care. This is a lotto ticket. I'm putting $100 or whatever, however, not financial advice, whatever you want in it, and just don't care what happens, then that's kind of how I view Sora. Imagine Die Hard 3 was made in 2030 when they robbed the New York Stock Exchange. Most of all that gold from all these countries would be on chain, and the vaults would be nearly empty. That's funny. Hans Gruber out here. What do you think the probability of 50 Cent is? Ooh, this bull run is possible, but I don't know. Like, what could you say? I don't know. Like, if it's connected to Ripple and we got it like really doing payroll, and they get like onto a whole bunch of different payroll companies, like they get in with a whole bunch of different like things like schools and universities, and maybe 50 Cent is possible. I don't know, 20%, 30%. That's not, I don't know. That would be my really like 5 second guess, but who knows, right? I can't wait until payday to buy some more ZEBEC. What's up, Ray Ray? What are your thoughts on Polkadot and Polkadot Gold? I haven't looked into Polkadot Gold, but as far as Polkadot, I think it's very slept on. We know Gavin Wood. He's part of people that worked on Ethereum. He's got tons of connections. Polkadot has tons of different things with it as far as like a layer zero. Nobody talks about it. It's almost like Stellar. How like, well, Stellar has people where they talk more about Stellar, but nobody talks about Polkadot. And they got a lot of stuff connected to it, like Energy Web Token, things for carbon credits and things like that. Nobody's talking about it, but they should be. They should be. Well, as far as Polkadot Gold, I'm not sure about that. What's the chances of XRP hitting 8 to 10? Okay, and when that happens, 50 Cent is a piece of cake. Oh wow. Yeah, so I think XRP with this ETF, they really got a big chance to go. Really had a big chance to go. So by like August, if XRP ETF happens in June, I want to see where it is in August. I honestly think by August it could be $8 to $10 if the ETF hits in June. That's XRP, and then I think ZBEC or ZBCN will definitely benefit from that. What's up, Sam? Milter? I can barely see for some reason. What's up, Sam? Milter? Yeah, Milter. Ooh, that's bad to look at. I'll look into that. Rivals Network. Oh, shout out to Crypto Clay. Where do you see ZBCN at year end? Or yeah, ZBCN or not ZBCN, XCN. I see XCN at 33 cents by the year end. At least 33 cents. That's my price target for XCN. Okay, let's see. We missed some comments here. Hammer time. Oh man. Okay, there we go. I was buying plug on oh, I see. Do they do hydrogen? Yeah, I was buying that too. I was buying plug as well. They really, I think they kind of screwed us with the whole clean energy thing. I don't. Clean energy is probably gonna happen, but I don't know. with Trump in office, I don't know about investing in anything like plug or electric vehicles or anything. At this point, I would be like more about fintech than anything. Salutations, salutations, brothers. What's up? Detroit 313. Just want to get our money in and out, our hands faster. Controls the poor, don't be poor. 100%. Or as Coach Greg Adams says it, boss up out here. Hit her all day. We going up. What's up, Marcus Grimald? All the crypto that is not meaningful is 100%. How can the price of ZBCN go to 10 cents when people keep taking profits? They'll never even get to one. No, 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 no. I don't know that people are keep taking profits. I don't know who's spreading that rumor out there. I'm holding on to mine. Everybody I know is holding on to theirs. I think we're still early. Like it hasn't even reached a cent yet. When we have tons and tons of community behind it, and we haven't even gotten to the institutional part. So for me, yeah, there's way more catalysts coming, like a Ripple partnership, an increased Stellar partnership. You know, the rollout of more parts of the instant payment program, the real time payment program. They also plan to hit vendors, so they can do payroll of vendors. There's so much to like. Yeah, I don't agree with you there in NP. Know what you hold. We're early. Stack these bags. When you said Edo stuff, I thought you were talking about Edo Farina. Let's make it clear you weren't. No, yeah, no. Well, I'm trying to not say the word that starts with P and ends with Edo. Because we don't want to say that and mess up the algos out here. Yo, bro. Yo, you live, bro. What's up, Ron Ziegler? XRP is the backbone. It's a time thing. Yep. Bless up. Been listening to you guys over a month. You guys got it. Appreciate it. What's up, Jose De La Torre? Greetings, my brother. Buying the dips every chance I can. Tell me the truth. Would you wear those MC Hammer pants? Not today, bro. I would not be caught alive or dead in those pants today, bro. No way, no how. But you know what? Everything makes a comeback. I wouldn't be surprised if those pants make a comeback at some point in time. I wouldn't be surprised if Hammer made a comeback sometime. But Hammer seems to be active in these crypto streets, man. You know, I'll see good cryptocurrencies, and I'll see that MC Hammer is following them. So I'm like, wow, Hammer is not only is he you know, you can't touch this, but bro is too legit to quit in the crypto space out here. Let's go, MC Hammer. Shout out to you, Hammer. You got a free invite to the show whenever you want to come on, MC. Hey, don't go live. It's either a no go or a go. November 22nd, 2025 is coexistence still. Yep. Nathan Stevens. Yep. So that's true. But of course, they say it's either a no go or a go. They say that they're going to determine that on June 27th if it's going to be a no go or go for this July deadline, according to their article. Stop. Have a time. Yeah. What's up, Cloud99? Is retail taking profits or exchanges crushing the leverage traders? Yep, exactly. And of course, like I was showing you guys before, this is just the cycle. Really, more than, oh, big whales are taking profit. No, this is like the crypto cycle. You can look at a whole bunch of different charts. They look similar. Bitcoin's taking a pullback. Why wouldn't ZBCN? XRP's taking a pullback. Like look at that chart. Kind of looks eerily similar to this is XRP, isn't it? Yeah, this is XRP on Binance. Looks very similar to the ZBCN chart. If we go down to the day, look at that. For a second there, I thought I was looking at ZBCN. So like the fudders just need to stop it. Stop it. Like really just stop it. That's Wally the Muskegon aristocrat. Salute, salute. What's the best dog in a race to have almost 2 billion ZBEC? ZBCN got in early. Have a list of the X. Yeah, the X coins. Definitely the X coins. Once ISO is live, I think these X coins are gonna go bananas, man. Bananas to the tune that we never even thought about. But part of that too, I think, is gonna be these ETFs as well. So I think it's like there are multiple factors, right? Of course, right? But the biggest two to me seem to be the ISO and the ETFs. COQ, think it might go up. Okay, I have to check that out. Facts. Only two meme coins I hold are Jai and Bird Die. I haven't heard of those. Only meme coins I hold are Floki. Well, we'll save that for the Patreon people. Definitely check out the Patreon where we have multiple watch lists in the Patreon, a stock watch list, and you could definitely peruse my lists on the Patreon and see what meme coins I hold. One of which being Floki. Okay, but there's some others. There's some others I hold for various reasons, but I don't hold too many. I really don't hold too many. Pepe's already had his day. Let's see here. Do you think that ZBEC will be left in the dust if it isn't ISO compliant by the deadline? Well, it will be. It will be. I know they're partnered with Circle, so Circle's gonna want them to be ISO compliant. Okay, they're just gonna want that. And in a certain sense, with their WageLink product, I would say that they're already compliant in a sense, right? So it's not something that I'm worried about because of the Circle partnership. Martin is from a different cloth. Let's see, ZBCN and okay. I like what you're saying with that one. Johnny, never mind. It can do an XRP in 2017 or Cardano in 2021, 100%. Let me start that comment. Definitely take a look at those charts if you want to know what he's talking about there. Cardano in 2021, I was in on this. Way back then when I had a Benzinga channel show, I was telling people about Cardano at 2 cents. And look at it, you know? So, and it screamed all the way up to like $1 and beyond. ZBCN and other payment cryptocurrencies won't have many of the regulatory challenges XRP had, so the road to higher prices will be less challenging with fewer obstacles in a pro crypto environment. 100%, and that's what I like about this regime, right? Good though. I had the talents, but not the first person to say ZBEC. I was telling them months ago about it. Yeah, a lot of people were telling me in the channel about ZEBEC. I think the first person I heard it from was E, and then other people were telling me about ZEBEC, and I finally did a show. I did one like a little bit after Shook Focus did his first show. So Shook was doing shows on it. But I just hate the people that are like, oh yeah, I brought this to you first. Like, and it's like, it's so disingenuous because like especially when they use other people's information. I know certain crypto content creators have come to me and said that, you know, I just know people have been out here stealing people's information, and they'll say that they're the first to do it, and that's just, you know, in a certain sense, it's like it doesn't matter who's first, but in another sense, it does it does suck when you don't give credit to smaller creators than you. You know, that's all. 14 million Kront, the sleeping giant, a seal period. Many others know like BTC or and many others know it will make BTC look like a rookie. Ooh, John Bowman. Yeah, I know. Max feels like that too, and I have some quant, so I would love it if it did that. No problem, Justin. Ramage, what's up? Oh, okay. You saying he's a different breed because he's not a crypto investor? He's just, okay. That's cool, man. But, you know, I like that. Hey, spread the word, man. As long as he's out here spreading the word, and it doesn't like turn like negative, like some people have, right? I'm cool with it. I'm really cool with it. That SHX is getting locked up. 15% of it is is never to be used. Would be nice. He's cool, Martin. 100%. Yeah. Regulations is going to go through the roof, especially when it gets on Coinbase. LNU clone. I don't like to ask speculation questions, but how much will quant go up? Anyone want to guess? Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it's hard to say with quant. But yeah, this is a good point right here, Nadwali. Start that. Stronghold follows the IBM chart. Okay, and IBM is doing real nice ever since Trump became president. Check the IBM chart. Check it. It's been up ever since he's been president. From November 4th on, it's more than doubled, and it's not a cheap stock. No problem, Larissa Nicole. No problem at all. All right, guys, we might not be able to get to all the comments today, so I have to get out of here. Um, Thank you guys who all came in. I'm so sorry that I'm not gonna be able to get to all the comments today. Usually I can, but I have to take off here. Thank you guys so much for coming through. I appreciate you all. I'll be back on here tomorrow. We're gonna be talking some XPR tomorrow, so hopefully I can get through all the questions tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for coming through. Please put in the comments of the video, not the chat right here, but in the comments of the video, please put let's see. Let's put Martin. Let's put Martin in the comments. Why not? We just talked about Martin. Let's put Martin in the comments. And you let me know that you made it to the end. And we're out of here. Thank you guys so much. I'm out. Peace.